Hi everybody and welcome back. And today we are going to focus on our quadratus lumborum. So the QL muscle is a huge muscle in our lower back, or actually in our entire back. So you might notice it's around the spine, actually next to the spine, and it's pretty long and it goes into your lower back. And that's usually a general target point of our lower back issues. So I had the honor and privilege of spending an entire month in Goa, India, studying for my 200-hour yoga teacher training certification, and it was an unbelievable experience. However, I found out my QL is a complete mess. So I was in a lot of pain and had to speak to my teachers, and I learned a ton of stretches. And then coming back, I've already started training my own clients here using those stretches, and I've found in only a week and a half a lot of relief for both them and myself when I do these every single day. So I'm going to give you guys 5 main stretches specifically for this. Trust me when I say that you should spend these 5 minutes every morning doing these stretches. Even at night if you need. Super helpful for women who tend to wear uncomfortable shoes, or just anyone when you tend to not really stretch out our back. So let's get started right away. So you're going to come to a seated position. Alright. So nice and easy. The entire time we're going to be focusing on literally stretching and lengthening this muscle that's in our back. So number 1, nice and easy, hands on your knees. You can take your right hand and place it on your left knee and inhale your left arm up. And you can just reach over to the side. So now you can go like this and lift that hip up. But what you want to do is really press that hip down. So use this hand to press it down and just stretch over. So it's just a gentle stretch just to start. And instead of folding the arm over, you want to make sure you're lifting it up and really reaching nice and long to make the entire left side of your body really long. So inhale here, hold, and then inhale one more time and come up. Okay, now you're going to switch sides. So left hand on your knee, right arm all the way up, and pressing into this quad, you're going to reach up and over. And again, opening up here. Nice gentle twist. If you would like, you can place your hand down, but what you really want to make sure is that this hip is pressing down and you're not lifting this butt cheek up. Reach over and come up. Super easy. Rolling over for your cat-cow. So you want your hands right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips, and about hip distance apart. Then you're just going to inhale, lift up, and this is where you might feel that pinch in your lower back, in your QL. So you want to think about reaching your heart forward and your butt back to lengthen it. And then this will feel super good when you do go into the cow. Arch it up. And then again, stretch, lengthen, lifting your heart up. And exhale as you come up. We're going to do this about 3 more times. Inhale, reach your heart up. Exhale, spine to ceiling. And again, inhale, reach it up. And exhale, spine to ceiling. Okay, so the next move, you're going to bring your left leg back, swing it behind your right leg, and the exact idea of stretching out the entire side of your body, looking over your left shoulder. So you want to be careful you don't tip your hips, but you're pressing energy out through that heel. So super long line from your left shoulder all the way out through that heel. Really lengthening this. And really think of reaching over and around and not just bending into the shoulder, but almost feel like you're going around. Stretch it a little bit more and bring it back. And then switch sides. This one back, bring it around, and then gently go over the shoulder. Pressing it back here. And again, no sinking hips, no bent knee. You want it really nice and strong. And let go. And come back to neutral. You're going to bring your legs in front of you. Feet on the floor. And gently lay down. Stretch your right leg out. And left, you want your toes to sort of be right near your knee. And from here, gently take your opposite hand and just rotate this down, looking over your opposite shoulder. Don't worry if the knee doesn't go all the way down. Don't worry how far you twist. Maybe it might feel better to bend this bottom leg. What you're concerned about is really just stretching this whole side. So reach this arm out, looking over that shoulder, and gently with this hand, press a little bit more. So you want to use your breath here. So think of inhaling, pulling this leg out, and exhale, gently bringing it down. Everything for this muscle, and for most of yoga and stretching, is lengthening your muscles and then releasing into the pose or into the stretch. And you're going to gently come back, hug your knees into your chest, give it a little break, and then you're going to switch. So extend your left leg out, right toe is going to come right near that knee, and bring it up and over, and gently twist to look over your opposite shoulder. So again, you're pressing into this knee, gently opening this arm. Maybe you're bending your bottom leg if that's more comfortable. Don't worry, if your leg is here, you're still going to feel this twist right here. So again, pull it over, go over your shoulder. You're going to inhale, reach longer. Exhale, let it drop, releasing into the pose. Let's do one more breath. And hug your knees into your chest. Nice. So staying on the floor before we come up, probably one of my favorite stretches, and I realized I used to do this stretch a lot in ballet and clearly have stopped for whatever reason. Then I got it brought back when I was practicing Ashtanga yoga down in India. So you're going to stay and try to make a 90-degree angle with your legs. So stretch your left leg out, and your right foot is going to come into your thigh, making a nice 90-degree angle. You want to square your hips so they're straight in front, so you're not rotating here or to either leg. They're right in between your legs. You're going to take your left hand, same idea as the other seated twist, place it onto your right quad. Inhale, your right arm up, and reach over. So this will feel really, really good. Do not worry about touching your toe. When you focus on touching your toe, you're going to be bringing this down and curving and getting smaller. You want to focus on getting past your toe. So you want to really think about lengthening your entire torso out and over. So this way you're pulling this QL muscle here and really stretching it. So pressing this is going to take it a little bit further by really pressing and think about alternating reaches. So again, reach over past that toe. If you can grab it, and it makes you feel better, go for it. But you do not want your arm to be across your face. You need your face to be underneath your arm. So press and reach. Inhale, you grow your spine longer. Exhale, maybe lower a little bit more. And you still don't want to lose this inside oblique. So you want to reach this forward just as much. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And again, keeping your hip grounded onto the mat or the floor. And come up, nice and tall, and switch. So leg in, other leg out. Hips are square to the front. Place your right hand up on your leg, left arm reaches all the way up. And I think I'll be reaching up and then over. So you're going to notice this is going to want to come up. And that's perfectly fine. If you want to take a little step more, focus on pressing and grounding this hip down. Now my right side, this is my right side, is just not as flexible as my left. So this hip will always come up. And it's one of those things I have to accept and work on. And breathing into it has definitely helped me. So you notice I'm going to inhale, reach a little bit longer. Exhale, press into the leg. Maybe go a little bit more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, deepen. And again, you can grab onto the toe, but like I said, I'm not as flexible on this side. So this is not the proper form. So I want my arm above my head, reaching past my toe. Pressing this leg down. Nice long line. Let's give one more inhale to come all the way up. And exhale down. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a few stretches on standing up as well. We're running out of time, so let's go fast. Alright, it's really only 2, so super easy. So feet are going to be glued together, and I mean as tight as you can go. Toes, ankles, knees, inner thighs, hips and butt glued together. Reach your arms all the way up. You're going to interlace your fingers, right? And then take your index fingers and point them. So making a nice long line with your pointing fingers. Now pressing all the way up, think of reaching as high as you can, keeping your heels down, pull your shoulders down, and you're going to lift up and over, deepening into your left and pressing your hips to the opposite side. So the same idea as when we're on the floor. You're reaching out instead of worrying about going down. I'm reaching out, pressing and pressing, and looking underneath this arm if you can, just to help keep this arm up and not folding over, because you want to pull and stretch. Inhale, exhale. Let's do one more breath. Reach your fingers longer. Exhale a little deeper. And then inhale to come up. And exhale to release, just to give your shoulders a little break. And one more time. Inhale, reach up. Clasp your hands, pointed fingers up. Reach up and lift over as your hips press to the other side. Reach it nice and long. Looking underneath the shoulder. As long as you can go, hips go back. And if your stretch is here and you feel it, then you stay there and you breathe into it to go a little bit more. Everything is about your breath. You always hear it, right? You always hear everyone talking about breathing and releasing and relaxing and letting go, blah, blah, blah. This is exactly what we mean. You want to reach on your inhale. Exhale, go a little bit more into the stretch. That relaxes your muscles so you can go deeper and you can get a little bit more done. So again, one more time, inhale to come up and exhale down. Now the last and I feel like the most deepest stretch is going to also do our hip flexors. Your hip flexors are attached to your lower back. So everything here is completely in line and in tune with one another, which also means if it's in tune with one another, they can be out of sync with one another. So if one is off, then the other one's off. So usually hip flexor pain has to deal with lower back has to do with hip flexor. This stretch right here is going to deal with both. So you're going to step forward with your left leg. Come down into a nice lunge. You can keep your back leg straight or you can bend it. What I want you to do, you're going to drop your left arm, inhale your right arm up. Actually, let's lower this knee down. So pressing the hips down, lower this leg arm down, reaching your opposite one over, and you're going to do the same thing, reaching to the side. You're going to notice a deep stretch in your hip flexor and a deep pull in your QL. It's going to feel really, really good. You want to make sure that this knee does not come out to the side, but you're pressing it in as you reach over. And again, inhale to lift, exhale to maybe lower. And if this is a little too much for you, then do it next to a coffee table, or you can do next to the couch and just place your hand right here and then go up and over. Wherever your stretch is. Stretching is to release and lengthen. It is not about pain. People think stretching is all about pain, and it should not be. Whenever you feel a lot of pain, just back off a little bit, listen to your body, and then try again. Inhale to come up, and just a nice counter stretch, just going the other way, relaxing that side, and come up. And let's switch feet. So bring your left leg back, right leg forward. And you want to make sure that this foot, this knee, is right above your ankle. So you're not leaning forward too much, especially when you start to come down. So I'm going to think about my hips going straight down and my knee coming straight up. My right arm is down. My left arm is going to lift up, and I'm going to reach up and over. Good, so I'll turn to face you. So the same thing, up and over, pressing this knee center so it's not falling out. Looking under your arm and really feel that nice long stretch on the side of your body. Inhale, reach longer. Exhale, let's do one more inhale. And exhale, and your final inhale to come up. And exhale, legs down. All right, so those are, I think we did about 5 stretches. You're gonna feel a nice release in your lower back. If that is not enough, or maybe you feel like it's a little bit too much, go into a child's pose, rock side to side on your lower back. You can go into happy baby, grabbing your feet, or let me know how you feel. But I highly, highly, highly suggest you guys try these every morning. It took maybe 6-7 minutes. Now that you know, you can fast forward through me talking and everything else, or write them down and do it yourselves. It's gonna make a world of difference for your workouts, your everyday life, and even your sleeping. And that is about it for the day. So check in later this week. I'm gonna be posting more videos as we go, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.